Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church on this glorious Sunday morning for Easter. Our medium this morning is Pauline Walsh. Pauline, welcome to Wimbledon Church. Have a great time, and we're looking forward to celebrating the joys of Easter with us today. So I would ask Pauline to open our meeting with prayer.
Good morning, everybody. If you'd like to join me in prayer. Divine Source, Mother, Father, God, as we join together in our service this morning, we humbly come before you to ask that your healing, loving light shines strongly onto our beautiful planet Earth, and to hold all those who are suffering within your loving arms. It is my intention to bring the two worlds together as one. I am so grateful to be here, to be of service. Please use me, Divine Parent, according to thy will. Amen.
Thank you, Pauline, for that prayer. Friends, we now need to pray for healing of mind, body and spirit. And we have a few names here this morning. And divine healing works by sending out to everyone we know in the world, as well as coming to our spiritualist churches and receiving healing, which we have a healing session here at Wimbledon on a Thursday morning, 10 till 12. But we'd love to see people there if you can attend, and we are looking through divine law to help people with healing. So this morning we're asking for Bill Ward, Jackie, Rose, Tina, Kate, Leslie, Jill, Amber, Oscar, my little grandson, and his mum Claire, Barbara, Shirley, Matt and Kirsty, Mark Lewis's mum, Sarah, Tony and Julie, Margaret Barkley, another Leslie, and Bernie's sister. Bernie is a member of the church but lives in Portsmouth. Her sister Cassandra has been diagnosed with cancer. So we ask healing for all those loved ones, and they be healed of mind, body and spirit according to divine law. So mote it be. Can we now say the Serenity Prayer, which is coming up on screen? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you. So we're now going to ask George in the church to go round with the collection, and anyone online that wishes to donate to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, please feel free to. We're more than welcome to have your donation, and I thank you to the people over the last couple of weeks for donating to the church. And I think we might have some adverts, Richard. Brunch with Alison. Deb Clark's chatting with Spirit. Very fine person. Holistic Fair. Saturday 11th of June, Wimbledon Church will have a stable there. A stall there. Maybe I'll have a stable as well. And we'll have a lot going on there. There's so much going on. It's a wonderful time to come and meet us and meet some of the other people that are on SPTV. Bouncy Castle and a face paint. I've been told already I can't go in the Bouncy Castle, but I can have my face painted. So, thank you, George, and we ask a blessing upon all those who've given to the church, and may we, the church, be guided wisely to keep our doors forever open. Thank you. Say hello to a few names on screen. Stacey Shaw, good morning, Stacey. Good morning, Christine. Julie, good morning. Hope you're feeling better. Millie B, hello, Millie. Hope you're keeping well. Sarah Matthews, thank you for joining us this morning. Catherine Hodson, good morning. Claire Callback, good morning. and welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. Morning, Christine. Kim, good morning, down in Kent. It's lovely to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Teresa Thatcher, good morning, Tess. It's lovely speaking to you this morning as well. Heidi, hi. How are you? Christine Woodham from Spain. Good morning, Christine, and thank you for your welcome and compliments of the season to you too as well. James Fornelli, good morning, James. Pamela from Australia, good morning. Leslie, good morning. I hope you're feeling well. Lorna, good morning. Love to you all as a family. Jamie Lee Watson, good morning and welcome to Wimbledon Church. Pamela Watson, good morning from Australia. What part of Australia from? You have to, New South Wales. I'd like to say it's a nice place. I've never been, so I can't tell. You're in Texas. My son Ashley worked in Texas for a little while, for a few weeks. He enjoyed being out there. They wouldn't give him a cowboy hat, though. He did ask. Christine Davis, good morning. It's lovely seeing you the other week here physically in the church. Keep on doing what you're doing good for spiritualism. Okay. Thank you, Richard. And Kelly, good morning. Have a great day and enjoy being with us today. So, friends, we're coming to part of the service where our medium will give the reading, and then after the reading, she'll give the address. So I welcome and invite Pauline up for the reading and then to give the address. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Pauline.
Good morning, everyone. So I've taken a reading out of the book, Opening Doors Within. It's a beautiful little book, and there's a meditation for every day. And I thought this one today is very poignant. Peace starts within. It is there within every soul, like a tiny seed waiting to germinate and grow and flourish. It has to be given the right conditions, the right environment, and the right treatment before it can start. Be still and create the right conditions. Be still and give it a chance to take root. Once it is well established, it will continue to grow, but in its tender beginnings, it needs to be helped and cherished. Therefore, you hold the key to world peace within yourself. Do not waste time looking at the chaos or confusion in the world, but start putting things right within yourself. Quietly go about doing my will. You do not have to talk about it, but simply to live it. Transform the chaos and confusion in your life to peace, serenity, and tranquility, and become a useful member of society and the world you live in. Start with yourself where you know you can do something, and then work outward. I thought that was really poignant, that little reading, because it is very, very important to take responsibility of what we're allowing in our energy. And it's so important from going within and looking at yourself and who you are and who you've become. If you're going to get pulled into the chaos, which is really, really very easy to, it's not going to make the world a better place. So I want to say it all starts within yourself, how important it is. And what do you do to start your day? How do you start your day? Do you start your day in meditation, setting your intentions? What do you put out into the world? This is really important to get yourself into a routine. If you could do that, that's what I do. I get up in the morning and I stay in the power of now, and I focus on my intention for the day, and I just get myself in a state of peace through meditation. I think it's a key thing, the meditation. I believe we should teach it in schools. And I just set my day with those intentions, that peacefulness and being in the moment. Because if you start to think too fast ahead, you start getting yourself in a real place of worry. So it's so important to just stay in this moment. And it's so important what we're giving out to the world, because it's a ripple effect. You know, once we're peaceful within ourselves and we start looking within ourselves, it takes courage, by the way, to start working on yourself, clearing your energy. It takes a lot of courage, because we've got so used to our comfort. Sometimes people stay in pain because that's all they know. I just feel that it's so important to take responsibility for what you're putting out into the world and to make the world a better place. And it all begins with you. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, Pauline. Thank you very much indeed. Well, friends, we're now coming to the part of the service where Pauline will bring the two worlds just that little bit closer. Please speak up clearly here in Wimbledon Church. If Pauline's with you, just put your hand up and say yes, no. Don't say any more. That anyone gets a message online, please, if you're answering, remember there's a 20-second delay sometimes. And also, please, if you're saying yes to something, explain what you're saying yes to. And if you're saying no, the same. Please explain what you're saying no to. So I know Pauline will do her best to come to you and speak to you clearly and distinctly with the messages from loved ones from across the spirit world. And especially on this glorious Easter Sunday, we know more than ever that there is no death. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Pauline. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. So good morning, everyone, and good morning to everybody out there online. So I'm really grateful to be here this morning. Let's have a wonderful morning of connecting to spirit. I'm just going to close my eyes, get myself into my energy and see where I'm going. So if you just give me 1 second and let's see who's coming forward. Okay. So straight away, I've got a lady with me. Now, this lady's quite a big lady. She had a lot of problems, a lot of ailments wrong with her. And I want to go to my legs. I feel like my legs used to play up and they used to get quite swollen. And with this lady, quite a big lady she is, but there was a lot of ups and downs in her life. And what I mean emotionally, it wasn't easy. She got very, very frustrated towards the end of her life. It was almost like she used to go from one extreme to the other, this lovely lady. And it was all out of frustration because she couldn't move very well. Now, she was quite strong-minded, and I want to say strong personality. I do feel quite drawn to the lady in the front here. Do you understand this lady at all? You're not sure? Okay, that's fine. If anyone else can take it, let me get more. So with the lady, what I am getting as well, I want to say there was a big problem around her chest area. She had big problems around her lung area, and I'm really, really struggling with the breathing, with the breathlessness with this lovely lady. Also hearing the name Kath or Catherine. Now, that might not be her name, but it could be connected around her. So I don't know if anyone can understand that so far. I might be with somebody online, so let's just see and get more information. So what I am getting as well, I'm also hearing the name John as well connected in. But this lady, what I'm going back to her, I want to say, yeah, it was almost like she had a lot of things in her home as well. She's talking to me about holding on to a lot of things in her home, like hoarding, I want to say. She wouldn't get rid of it, and it was very difficult to come in and to clear up everything around her. She wouldn't allow anyone to come in. Is this making any sense to you? But the lady, do you understand? Okay. So I'm just wondering if anyone can take this, and let's just see where I'm going. 1 second. Okay. I'm also hearing as well that she's talking to me about, okay. She's talking to me about a dog as well. There was a problem with a dog. She's saying that this dog, there was a big problem with the dog, and she didn't want to leave the dog. In the end, she had to go into a home. I can understand everything. Thank you, Heidi. So, okay, so you can understand the names. John is their son. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so with the lady, do you also understand, Heidi, that with this lovely lady? Okay. She's very, very warm-hearted and very open, but it was all to do with what was going on with her health issues, that she got more and more depressed. Does that make sense, Heidi? Hopefully that does. I'm just waiting to see. So, okay, I'm just waiting to hear back.
Let's give it a few seconds. Let's carry on.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not quite used to this. I haven't done it for ages, so let me just go with it. Okay. So with the lady as well, Heidi, do you also understand? Okay. Do you understand you've got a ring of hers as well? There's a ring that I'm being shown. Now, this ring, do you understand it was lost? Because she's talking to me about it being lost or falling off her finger. So I don't know if that makes any sense, Heidi. Okay. Because
There's also slowness with Facebook today.
Okay.
The 20-second delay.
Right, okay. So I'm just going to go with it. So Heidi, I'm just waiting for you to let me know. And in the meantime, what I am doing, I'm going to just see what else she wants to say. She's talking to me about, do you understand as well, Heidi? Yes, health and depression. Do you also understand, Heidi, that she had a problem with her hearing? I want to go around my head as well. Yes, there is. Yes, a ring. Okay, wonderful. So Heidi, I'm connecting in really strong with her, and she's coming in with a lot of love. And what I am going to do, Heidi, I'm going to go into a message, and hopefully the message resonates with you. And I just see why she's come and what she wants to say. Okay, 1 second. So she's talking to me about a big crossroads in your life at the moment, and she's telling me that there's been a lot of ups and downs, and especially around the home. So I don't know if that makes sense, because she's talking to me about around the home. She's saying there's been a lot of procrastinating, whether you should go or shouldn't. But she's telling me to tell you to follow your heart. I don't know if this makes sense. So please let me know. And also she's talking to me, okay. She's talking to me as well about some emotional issues that have not been easy around you. But yes, definitely. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of emotional issues around you. It's been very, very difficult emotionally. So it's almost like you've outgrown everything around you and you're ready for a new beginning. And she's saying go with it. I hope you can understand that, Heidi. And I'm going to leave her love with you so I can move on. Bless you. Thank you. So let's just see who else is coming forward. Okay. So straight away, I've got a young man here with me. This young man's got a leather jacket, and I want to say he had an accident, and I want to say a fast impact. I don't know if it's, I'm not sure if he's talking to me about a motorbike, but yeah, I've got a gentleman. I'm seeing him quite slim, lovely energy around him, lovely character, slim, quite dark hair, quite a character as well, had a lot of love to give. And with this lovely young man, I'm getting that it's almost like he was really into his bikes, because I'm definitely getting connected with a motorbike and bikes, because he's talking about revving his bike up. And this lovely gentleman, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's coming. I'm getting the name Paul as well, connected in. And I'm also hearing the name John again, connected, and Dave. So I've got Paul, John and Dave connected around him or around somebody out there. And with the gentleman, what I am getting with him, I want to say he was very up and down at times, this lovely gentleman. Sorry?
Pauline, Richard can take it.
Oh, you can, Richard. Thank you. Okay, so do you understand, Richard, about this lovely guy, the way he had a lot of people really like him. He had such a lovely energy about him. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, but a lot of ups and downs at the same time, but he was passionate about his bikes.
He was.
Yeah, because it's almost like he's telling me that there's times when he used to go far too fast because he's revving it up. He loved the thrill of it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, and okay, 1 second. Yeah, do you understand as well that he loved music, like groups? He used to love, yeah, he used to love going to rock music and groups. He's telling me.
Yeah, he was a singer as well.
Yeah, very much into music, big time. He had so many talents. Do you understand that? But he didn't actually realise the talents he had himself. It was like he didn't really, what's the word? It's like he didn't acknowledge how talented he was. So I don't know if you was aware of that, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. Okay, Richard. So he's coming in with a lot of love and he's talking to me. Do you understand that you had some plans together? You was going to do things together. There was a lot of plans that you was going to do.
That is correct. Yep.
Yeah, with him. Okay, because he's talking to me. He's saying he used to tease you quite a bit. You used to have a bit of banter between you. Do you understand?
That I do, yes. He was a little
Yeah,
bugger.
yeah, big time. He's really, really lovely. He's such a beautiful soul that's coming in. And, you know, it's almost like he was just as shocked as everyone down on the earth plane. He said, 1 minute I was there, next minute I was gone. You know, but it's almost like he came in to touch many, many souls' lives. I don't know if you was aware of that, but he was something quite special about him, about his energy and the way he was. He touched many people. So I am going to go into a message, Richard. I hope this makes sense.
It does
and see
so
why
far.
he's come. Okay, so see why he's come for you and what he wants to say. Now, he's saying you're getting a bit frustrated at the moment with everything going on around you. It's almost like every time you go to do something, there's something that blocks the pathway. He's saying take a new approach, take a different attitude, and keep going. Don't give up. I want to say there's going to be lots of failures, but don't give up. Keep going, because you will get there. And I don't know if you understand about going with technology. And now I know you're excellent at technology, and I'm not. But he's talking about you investing in a new equipment. I don't know if this makes any sense. And he's saying you're a bit hesitant about it, but he's saying go for it. Just get out there and go for it, because things are going to really take off. And I want to say November is very significant for you taking off, Richard, with everything that's going on here regarding your Facebook and YouTube. So I want to say really hold that. November is going to be very significant. And it's almost like, I want to say you've got to sieve a few things out, and you've got to reboot and restart and readjust. But once you do, I feel like he's talking to me about November. It's going to be very significant. So I hope that makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll leave his love with you.
Thank you, Pauline. Those names you mentioned were his brothers.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Pauline.
Thank you. Bless you. Okay, so let's just see who else and where else I'm going. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Let's just see who else is here. So straight away, I've got a lady with me. Now, this lady has passed of big problems with her breathing, and a big lady, and she passed in hospital and no one could get to see her. I want to say COVID as well, because she's struggling with her breathlessness. She's in the hospital and no one can get to her. Big lady, I want to say she had quite blonde hair. Yeah, very much, very warm-hearted, very open. But she was really, it was almost like she thought she was all right. She was carrying on and she thought she was okay. And it got so bad that they took her into hospital, and she never, ever got to say goodbye to her loved ones, and the loved ones didn't get say goodbye to her. Now, with this lady, now I am getting, okay, 1 second. Okay, I am getting the name Kath. Kath is connected or connected around her. And with this lady, what I am getting with her, very much larger in life character, very warm-hearted, very open. Okay. I got that she's got a son, and she absolutely idolized her son. She's talking to me about. And I'm also getting the name Bill or Billy as well, connected in with this lovely lady. There was a lot of there was a lot of communication on the phone with her, but towards the end she couldn't speak. She couldn't communicate on the phone. And now with this lady, what I am getting, I want to say, I don't know, she's talking to me about being a publican. Now, I don't know whether it's her or whether it was she was connected in with publicans. So I don't know if anyone can take that or understand anything so far. Let me just get more information. So she's talking to me as well. Okay. I'm getting the name as well, Morris, or I don't know if it's a second name, but Morrison or Morris. So I don't know if that makes sense to anybody out there. But let me just get a little bit more about the lady. So this lady, I want to say, she used to love going away. She's talking to me about going away. She used to love going on her holidays. And she's talking about me with connections to Spain as well, this lovely lady. And she's also telling me she lived her life to the full. She really enjoyed her life. And she's saying that she used to enjoy She used to enjoy her food, she's telling me. And I'm also seeing I don't know whether it's her or, hang on one second. Oh, she's talking to me about being diabetic as well. So I don't know if anyone can understand this beautiful lady. Okay. Because she's really coming in. She wants to connect with her loved ones and let them know that she's okay. And I want to say, regarding the funeral of her passing, I want to say there was balloons let off as well. There was balloons or something was let off in her memory. And I'm feeling like it's balloons. I'm seeing balloons. So I don't know if anyone can take that out online. Okay, I'm just waiting, but let me just see. Okay, and also what I am getting with her as well. Okay. Yeah, she is talking to me about at one point somebody had an apartment. I feel like it's okay. One second. She's talking about apartment in Spain. She's talking about this lovely lady. Okay, and she's also telling me. I'm also hearing the name Wendy as well. So I'm just waiting to see anyone online can take this. It doesn't look like anyone can. So let me just see. One second. And I'm also hearing the name Samantha connected in with her. But if no one can take it, I'm going to move on. It looks like, okay, so I'll move on. Okay. One second. Right, let's just see who else is here. Okay. Now, I've got a gentleman with me. This gentleman's very much a smart man, and I'm seeing him with a hat on with this gentleman. I want to say quite flamboyant in his dress, quite a strong personality. I'm getting him, it's almost like I want to feel like he's very theatrical or musical with this lovely gentleman. Very much a smart man, had a certain way of dressing, this gentleman. On the taller side, slim, had a big problem with his leg, as I see him with a stick, this gentleman. I'm also hearing the name Alan as well, connected in with him. With the gentleman as well, what I am getting, okay. I want to go to around my throat area. I feel like there was a problem with eating towards the end and swallowing. I feel like he couldn't quite swallow or eat towards the end of his life. And he's talking to me about, okay, I do feel quite drawn over here, actually, in the church. Do you understand this at all, Shirley? Okay, that's fine. So, because what I'm getting with the gentleman, I want to say, I feel like I'm definitely in the church with this one, so I feel quite drawn over here. Yeah, I want to say there was like, at one point, he used to love the theatre and he used to love acting. So I don't know whether he took part in acting, he's telling me, but I'm not sure if he's talking to me about how much he loved the theatre. I want to say very flamboyant character. It's like everybody knew him, and I feel like there's London links with this gentleman as well. Oh, right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me get a little bit more, Phil. Thank you. I knew I was over there somewhere. Okay, so with the gentleman, what I am getting as well, okay, I want to go like up and down the King's Road. I want to go like Chelsea. I want to hit Fulham and all around that area. I feel like there was connections with him around that area. And I don't know, at one point, I don't know if he was involved with like a drag act or like, because he's quite flamboyant. He's really funny, and he's telling me about whether he used to enjoy seeing them. But he's full of life and full of character. Very, very much so, especially with his dress sense. Do you understand? Because I want to say they used to wear these unusual scarves around his neck, and with this lovely gentleman. And what I am getting with him as well, it's like he would live his life to the full, to the last minute. You know, it didn't matter what was going on, how ill he was. He would always have a sense of humour and always looked on the bright side of life on every level. When he was younger, he's telling me he was a real boy in his day. And he's saying that he used to get himself into some trouble sometimes. But, you know, the way he's coming across is very endearing, the way he is, I want to say. And he's talking to me as well about, okay, let's just see. he used to say sometimes he'd have a bit too much to drink. I don't know if that makes any sense. But he's coming in with so much love and a lot of fun and laughter. And I'm just going to see what he wants to say to you and why he's come. Because he's talking to me about, it's not been easy. There's been a lot of emotional ups and downs around you, but you're really back on track now. But he's saying you need to have more fun and you need to be who you are. He's saying, not being so serious with everything. And he wants you to get out there and have some fun, to get the balance, because everything's become very serious. And, okay, 1 second. Yeah, okay. So do you also understand, Phil, that you're doing some writing at the moment? It's like you're setting up, I don't know if it's workshops, but there's something that you're setting up, and you're getting very strong connection from Spirit to set up new groups and new beginnings. And, okay, 1 second. Yeah, and they're saying you've got to go for it. Just get out there and go for it. Don't hold yourself back. But you do need to have some more fun. So I don't know if any of this makes any sense, but this is what he's saying, and he's telling me about your book collection. You've got some marvelous books, but they really are lovely. I'm looking, and he's showing me one with the stars and the planets. There's one particular one that's a beautiful book. Okay, 1 second. Okay, he wants you to go to page 67 of that book. 67 on that book. So I don't know if that it doesn't make sense now, but I'm hoping. Yeah, okay. But he's coming in with so much love and laughter, and he's like holding a glass of champagne. He's saying, "Life's too short. Enjoy yourself." So I'll leave his love with you, and thank you for taking it. So let me see where else I'm going. Bless you. Okay, 1 second. I'm just seeing who else is coming in. Okay. Now, straight away, I've got an elderly gentleman. Now, this elderly gentleman, it was almost like he was a force, a law unto himself in his own way. Very, very stable, very strong, and very much a strong foundation. And I want to say a strong foundation in spiritualism, because the way he's sitting, the way he is, I want to say, he used to wear a cap. I'm seeing him pull his cap down. Also with this gentleman, what I am getting with him, he's talking to me about, he was very much a man of principle, he's talking to me about. And it's like, he was very strong in his opinions, and he used to be a great one for explaining things. But he was solid. You knew where you stood with this gentleman. And I feel like this gentleman lived to a good age, but it's almost like he passed peacefully, this lovely man. Okay. And what I am getting with him, I feel like his skin colour towards the end of his life, he was almost like a different kind of colour on his face. Okay. And he's talking to me about his stomach area. He's saying that it really played him up, and he used to suffer a lot.
Kelly at the back.
Hi, Kelly. Do you understand this so far? And do you also understand about an ulcer? Because he's showing me the old-fashioned milk and magnesia. Oh, okay. But for some reason, you do understand that. Oh, bless. Okay, so let me just see what else about the gentleman. But do you understand about the way he was built in his foundation and how solid he was? And it was like, no matter what went on, he would always say to you, be strong, everything's fine. It was all to do with attitude. I don't know if that makes sense to you, because he never ever, it was like empowering. That's the word I want to use for him. He was very much a man to empower people.
He was a medium himself, spiritualist medium himself.
Very much. And what I do want to say with the gentleman, okay, it was almost like a very, very wise soul, very much onto the to the wisdom side of things. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I suppose he was. He was very forthright in his beliefs, and whether he was right or whether he was wrong, he would stand by it.
Yeah, I know. He's telling me. It's like he could have run the...
Argumentative at times.
Yeah, but he could have run the country, couldn't he, Kelly? He could have run the country. Honestly, he would have fought with his own shadow as well, you know, wouldn't he? He really would have done. I do like him though, because he's full of life and he's full of character, and it's like I want to be. It's like he's saying to me, you know, stand up tall and be strong, and this is the way he's making me feel. But I like him because he's full of character and strength. But it's almost like when he walked into a room, you knew where you stood with him. You know, he wouldn't have any nonsense with anybody, you know, but he wouldn't listen as well at the same time. And he had big problems with his knees. Do you understand that, Kelly? Yeah, because he held it all in his knees. All the stubbornness. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, Kelly, he's a lovely soul. I do like him. It's like he's going on to do great things in spirit. That's one thing I must say. It's almost like... Yeah, it's like he's organising groups of people, and but I do like him a lot. So I'm just going to see what he wants to say to you, Kelly, and why he's come today. First of all, he's coming in with so much love for you, and he's very proud of you, because he's saying life has not been easy at all. But he's very proud of the way you've conducted yourself and the way you are within you. Very humble. And he's saying to me, don't get pulled into any fear, because you've got so much really positive things coming for you in your future. And he's saying to me about you joining a club or a group. Do you understand that? Because he wants to encourage you to get yourself out. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I can see you in a rock and roll concert.
But, you know, like... It's like he's saying, you need to get yourself out there. That's really, really good. But he's also saying something where it's fun, where there's music, because he said you like music. Do you understand that? Well, if you don't hold it, because there's going to be some...
Yeah, but not going out. It's not going out to join something, but music is a big part of our life generally.
Okay, well, he's telling me there's going to be an opportunity for you to join a group, he's saying, and he's saying, don't hesitate, just go for it. So if it doesn't make sense now, please hold it. And he's encouraging you to get yourself out. And also, do you understand you've got to move stuff out of the way in your house? You've got lots of books or stuff on the floor, and he's moving out the way. Yeah. And he's saying you've collected loads of things, he's saying to me. And do you understand?
We're gradually sorting stuff out bit by bit and methodically.
Yeah, it's really...
You tell her.
Oh, bless you. It's really, really important to do that, because he's saying it's become a little bit like a bit of a hazard. So he's saying move it out the way and let go of things, because as you let go of things, you're letting go of a lot of your past as well that's held you back.
I understand that bit, but things being a hazard, no, they're not a hazard in the way they're just... they're tidy and they're out of the way. It's just that there's so many, there's so much to sort through.
I think it's the way he's coming across. It's almost like it's a hazard. Move it out the way. He's telling me to tell you off, but I'm trying to do it diplomatically. But you understand what I'm saying. And he's coming in with a lot of endearing love for you. And he's saying, keep going. You're going in the right direction. But he just wants to encourage you to get out, and also get out in nature a little bit. He's telling me to tell you. So I'm going to leave his love with you, but he is a strong character and I do like him. Okay, thank you. So let me just see where else I'm going and who else is coming forward. So, okay, so I've got a lady with me. This lady, I want to say, she passed off a cancerous condition. She lost her hair. I'm hearing the name Sarah connected in around her. I want to say very, very slim lady, very soft-natured, but it was almost like there was a lot of anger in this lady. She held a lot back. She used to keep her emotions in, she's telling me, and she's talking to me about, she's talking to me about how this disease came and took her quite quickly, she's telling me. And she's also telling me that somebody organised a run in her memory as well. There was somebody that done a run, a walk for life in her memory, this lovely lady. And I'm seeing that she's, okay, I'm seeing she's left 2 children as well with this lovely lady. She's talking to me about, okay. Yeah, she's talking to me about a memory book as well. She's going into, she's left a memory book, or there's memories in a book where for her children, she's telling me. She's also talking to me about a lot of really wonderful work colleagues that supported her, this lovely lady. Okay, but somebody definitely done a run for her, or a walk. A walk, was it? Yeah, a walk, she's telling me, in her memory. I want to say, okay. I'm also hearing the name David as well, again, connected in around this lovely lady that passed. And somebody, she's talking to me about somebody making her food, because she never liked the hospital food, and they used to bring it up for her. She's talking to me about, okay. She's also saying to me that, okay, she wants to say thank you to everyone that supported her, and she's talking up to me about her husband as well. Can anyone understand anything so far? I do feel like I'm online with this one, but I'm not actually seeing anybody come up. So let me just get a little bit more information with the lady. Okay. I'm also hearing the name Jean. And I want to go, I'm hearing the name Johnston, so it could be a second name. And with the lady as well, I'm getting Kent, connections with Kent as well with this lady. So it doesn't look like anyone's taking it online. Okay, so that's a shame. Okay, so I'm just seeing if she can give me a name and where I'm going. I'm also hearing the name Ken as well. So there's quite a few names with this lady connected in, but it doesn't look like anyone can take it online, so I am going to move on. Okay, bless her. Okay, so let's just see who else is coming forward. Right. Okay, I've got a lady with me. Now this lady, she was quite a strong woman, and she's talking to me about being very, very strongly connected with her daughter. There was a real closeness with this lovely lady, and I'm getting her, quite big lady, I want to say, but very small. I see her sitting down, and I see that there's problem with her moving around, and I'm seeing her with a frame, but she didn't like to use it, this lady, and she's holding onto this frame with her. And I want to say, okay, it was very, very awkward to look after her towards the end, because she used to get very, very frustrated with her daughter, and there was a lot that went on around her regarding her care. There was a big problem with her care. But the daughter tried to do it, she's telling me, but that she had to get carers in to look after her because she couldn't cope with manoeuvring her. I do feel quite drawn to the lady here in the front. Does this make any sense to you?
Not a large lady.
Okay. Oh, and the lady at the back as well. Does it make sense to you? And here, 3. Okay, so let me just see where I'm going with it. Okay, so with the lady, what I am getting as well, it was very, very significant about the care, about the big problems with the care. Yeah. Okay. And she's talking to me about. Do you understand as well about her getting? She didn't want to leave the home. There's no way she wanted to leave the home. Does that make sense? Yeah, to both of you. Let me just check where I am. 1 second. Okay. Who is it that's got a doctor's appointment out of the 3 of you this week? I feel like I'm with you, at the lady at the back. So let me get a bit more. Okay. So do you also understand as well, very smart woman in her day, very, very smart, but there was a point where she could be quite controlling at times as well. Does this make sense about her? Yeah. And with this lady as well, what I'm getting, she's talking to me about, it's almost like she reflected a lot on her life. I don't know if you was aware of that, but she used to analyse her life a lot, and she had a lot of regrets. There was a lot of sadness with her. It was almost like something came along and stopped her in her tracks years ago, and she never quite got over it. Does it make sense? And she carried that pain with her all the way through. And no matter what you did or what you encouraged, it's like she gave up. Yes. And but she was funny though. She would have a go at everybody every now and again. Do you understand that? It's like she would tell them off, you know, when they would come in, and if you wasn't confident with her handling her, she would put you in her place. Does that make sense with this lady? And okay, do you understand all the names I've said as well? Oh, haven't I? Oh, see. Did I say Johnston?
Yes.
Yes. And Jean? Oh, okay, sorry, no problem.
I thought you said Johnson for this.
I thought I said Johnston for this, yeah.
When she first offered it out.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay, no problem if you can't. It could even be a name of a street, it could be a name of a company. So I'm just getting that. But you do understand who I've got, do you? Yeah. Yes. So she's coming in with a lot of love and she wants to say thank you. Because there was times when she was so fearful, but she didn't want to show it. Does that make sense? And do you understand before her passing that it was just when somebody left that she passed? Does that make sense about somebody leaving the room and that's when she passed? Because she's talking to me and telling me that she didn't know, she didn't want to go and be surrounded by people. It's like she wanted to be on her own. Does that make any sense to you?
I've just made it back.
You, oh, okay. Okay, because she's talking to me about that. And do you understand about leaving the radio on for her as well? Some music?
No.
Because she's talking to me about the radio.
The TV.
Oh, okay, because there was something that was comforting her. Yeah? So let's just see what she wants to say and why she's coming. Okay, 1 second. So she's talking to me about... she's coming in with a lot of love and she's talking to me about boundaries around you. It's almost like you've got to put your boundaries down. Someone's been stepping over the boundaries. Yeah. And it's like you're getting a bit resentful with this situation. It's like, but it's only you that can teach people how to treat you. Yeah. And somebody is really taking advantage of your good nature, but she's saying don't allow it. It's only you that are allowing it. So she's saying it's no good getting frustrated with everybody. It's like you've got to take the power back. Does that make any sense? Yeah, I know I could go into a lot, but I won't go into too much. But it's really important, isn't it? Very much so. And it's like you've outgrown a lot of things as well, and people and places. Like if you could just pack up and go, you would. Do you understand? It's got that bad to the point where you really want change, you know? But change for the better. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Do you understand about taking a ring off and taking it off and putting it back on? Yeah, because 1 minute you've got it on, then you take it off. And she's telling me 1 minute it's on, 1 minute it's off. Okay, and is it you that's changing the curtains or the blinds in your home? No. Okay, so what's going on? Let me just see why they've shown me that, because there's a reason, always. So they're talking to me about... okay. They're talking to me about something going on with the window in the house. And I'm going to the blinds and the curtains, and they're saying there's... Okay. They're talking to me about changes. Do you understand about moving? Oh, yeah. Yeah, because do you understand about those wooden slates? Ah, okay. Okay, but you wanted to? Yeah. She's telling me. But she's saying, she's coming in with a lot of endearing love for you. And she's just saying, it's really time now to take your power back on every level. And I'm going to leave her love with you. And I hope that does make sense. Bless you.
That's it.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Well done. Friends, before we depart and go and celebrate a couple of people's birthdays here at Wimbledon Church, I would just like to share some thoughts on what Easter means to myself and Jackie and the family. It's always the chocolate eggs for the kids, the grandkids, except for the two smaller ones. Though Jack's got a vegan godparent, and she brought him a vegan egg, so I'd be interested to see how he likes that, because I do know he likes his Cadbury's white buttons. But to me, Easter, and especially Good Friday, is full of sadness and the horror of how, one, people turned on Jesus and turned their back on him, and also the resurrection that comes today, especially on Easter Sunday, is the glories of the resurrection. And spiritualism is quite conflicted when it comes to Easter, because there's those of us that are spiritualists. Some people find it an anathema. They don't want nothing to do with Christians, and I'm not that. I passionately believe in Jesus, but I can't always believe in some of the churchianity that goes along with Jesus, because Jesus to me was a prophet, a teacher, a healer, medium, all that goes with that. And he understood the deeper side of what God was wanting in this world for that time. We also know that the spirit guides, especially people like White Eagle, Zodiac, speak about Jesus. But the White Eagle talks spiritually how Jesus fulfilled his purpose and life on earth. And it's important to understand that in the Zodiac messages, Zodiac talks about when Jesus passed to the Spirit, he went down into the Spirit, and he called it down in his readings, because Judas took his own life, for you, those of you who understand what happened Easter, and Jesus accepted, Judas played the part that he was meant to play. He never, ever had any animosity towards what Jesus done, because mankind turned on Jesus, just not Judas. It's always been my belief, and I know Jackie feels the same, that Judas was trying to put Jesus on the spot, so he produced some miracles and convert people instantly at that special time in Israel. And that didn't happen. And we see through today the glories of the resurrection. Spiritualism initially is about life after death and how we can spiritualize ourselves into better people. And we need to do that in this world of ours today. There is so much sadness and horror in this world at the moment, especially what's going on in Eastern Europe. And we need to understand that as light workers and bringers of the light, we must bring peace and harmony. And we've got that harmony got to start with us. Now, most of you know out there in virtual world, I have some grandsons, and my littlest, or not littlest, but the little Noah was saying to me the other day how God loves everybody, and we've got to send that love out to the people. I will say a few minutes later he did kick somebody, but in all honesty, there's an essence of real truth in that, and we suffer painful words sent to us at times. We suffer with actions of others. But we must understand that spiritualism heals all things and all times. The greatest aspect of spiritualism is that we have personal responsibility. And we need to use that personal responsibility to make good in this world, to make strength in this world, to bring the light. For me, as somebody who attempts to try and follow the teachings of Jesus, I try and I see today as bringing back of life after death. The authorities in Jerusalem wipe their hands. Jesus is dead. No more is going to happen. Pontius Pilate did the same. And then 3 days later, Jesus showed himself to Mary and his disciples and even doubting Thomas. Jesus had prepared a message for his disciples that they didn't understand it. He told them within 3 days the curtain within the temple will be ripped apart, but within 3 days the temple will be rebuilt again. That was the spiritual body, rebuilt, stronger and better than flesh. And those of us that are spiritualists truly see that. Jesus said to his disciples, "In my Father's house were many mansions. If it was not so, I would have told you so. And I go there now to prepare a place for you, where I will receive you to myself." And Thomas, the disciple, said he didn't know the way and how to do this and what to do. And Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the light." So his teachings, he is saying, follow my teachings, you will follow a way. You will see the truth and you will see the light. But truth is a very wonderful word, but within spiritualism, we all have our own truth, our own understanding. One of the phrases I use for my life, and my life alone, is that these truths I find to be self-evident, which is there is but one God, creator, sustainer of the universe, whatever name we want to call God. Father, Mother God, divine, Father God, but there is but one God. The teachings of Jesus and all the other prophets that have followed him and went before him are there for us to use. We have the wonderful spiritualistic truths from Silver Birch, Zodiac, White Eagle. They all come and educate us and teach us in the way of spiritual progression. We need to put spiritualism back on the map. We need to put spiritualism there in front of the people. Spiritualist churches need people in them to be able to do their work. Pauline and I were talking about this earlier. It'd be nice to have more people in our churches. When I first came into spiritualism, it was religiously people came here on a Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, came to the healing sessions. And our healers on a Wednesday, Thursday are working hard to re-establish a healing mission here at the church. But at the moment, we're not getting people attending other than the odd person here and there. But what we need to do, and to have a clear understanding within our hearts and our minds, is where we're taking our spiritualism, where we're moving with our spiritualism. I came into spiritualism at the age of 11. And I was told by a very good friend of mine who became my minister mentor that we want spiritual fruits in spiritualism, not religious nuts. I never quite understood where he was talking about that with me, but I think I do know. But the thing is, we need those gifts of the Spirit. We need those gifts of the Spirit to be propagated within spiritualism. We need to have messages of, like we had this morning, of hope and knowledge that there is no death. I know when my dad passed away, which is probably nearly 14, 15 years ago now, how sad I felt, how sad the passing was. I knew how my mum couldn't wait to rejoin him, even within hours of his passing. And there was a woman that loved my dad so unconditionally, she nicely couldn't do a thing wrong. And those of you who knew me dad quite well, he did do a few things wrong and say a few things. But the point is, we learn to live with that passing. We learn to live with that knowledge. And my dad is probably closer to me now than he ever was on earth. And we had quite a close relationship through working with him all those years, I did, and here at the church. My dad loved spiritualism. When he discovered spiritualism, it changed his whole life. He brought me into spiritualism because I wanted to be brought in. I came into spiritualism long before Mum. Good 18 months before Mum did. And I loved the knowledge that there was a God who was loving and caring. And you hear people talking, even today I listened to a bit of a religious program on the radio, and he said, you who want to get to heaven will get there if you do not sin. Well, I think a lot of people sin. And I love the analogy from a Carry On film where Sid James, as a priest of the Church of England, was preaching about sin and forgetfulness, and man got up, happened to be a character in the film, and he said, where are you going, my brother? He said, you're talking about sin, Father. He said, I remember where I left my bike last night and walked out of the church. Sin is relative to the instant, and the judgment of others, which should not be part of a judgment of others. We should not judge unless we're prepared to be judged ourselves. We should not throw stones and arrows at our loved ones and family and friends just because perhaps we're slightly jealous of people. And that happens within spiritualism. Pauline and I, again, were talking about this morning, how people can get jealous of somebody, how they can get jealous of perhaps their mediumship or their attendance at a church. And when I watch my Ashley on SPTV or here at church, I am so proud of his ability. I'm so proud of the work he puts into his spiritualism. And we need to keep our spiritualism safe, but out in the world, out with people, share it amongst people. I've never, ever hid my spiritualism. The only time I tried to hide it is when I first went out with my Jackie. I used to say to her, or I said to her one night, don't ask me what I do, don't ask me where I go, but I won't see you on a Tuesday night. That was because I was going out spiritual healing with another healer. We were visiting 3 or 4 people. And she suddenly said to me, well, you got another person, another girl in your life, going to a pub for a drink. And I said, no. I said, well, I don't know how to start this conversation. All right, okay, I'm a spiritualist. Jackie came to church the following Sunday and came a spiritualist that moment. Because she had a message from her nan, who she watched pass into the spirit, and then knew Nan wasn't dead, she was alive in heaven. From one life to a more abundant life, from a physical life to a spiritual life. And we need to acknowledge that. There's nothing wrong with missing a family member. There's nothing wrong with saying, oh, I miss my husband, my wife. I've got a very good friend who's been talking about her husband all week, how she still misses him. But we need to let go and let God take over our lives. Have a great Easter, friends. Enjoy Easter and enjoy the next few months coming up and learn what you can do with your spiritualism. God bless you, friends. Pauline, we're not close with prayer.
So if you'd like to join me in the closing prayer, just to say thank you to everyone here this morning and everyone online. And may all this energy that's built up into this wonderful church go out into the 4 corners of Mother Earth to be recycled into love and into oneness and thankfulness for all things. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Friends, thank you for SPTV for all the work you do for us, and read the adverts that are coming up and be happy with your life, enjoy life, go out, celebrate Easter to how it means to you. Good morning, God bless you, and next Sunday meeting is Sarah Woolman from Chichester. Good morning, friends, God bless you all. Bye-bye.